Hi guys, thank y'all so much for tuning into this audio listenable. Okay, given whichever time you're deciding to listen and watch, I appreciate it. I wanted to first pray and affirm and ask through God's love and guidance and grace that every broken little girl inside of every grown woman is healed and experiences a beautiful transformational healing to where this woman can truly set her little girl free, her inner little girl free, to truly be happy in herself as a grown woman. I pray that that little girl gets set free and healed because there's a trend in odd behavior and just strange things that I've been seeing when I go out and when I see certain things. It's kind of like troubling a little bit and a little cringy as well. And some of y'all may not understand what I'm saying, but some of y'all do. But let me give you an example of what I'm speaking about, okay? One day I decided to go into a store to get something that I needed, some products that I needed, okay? And so I entered this store and I noticed that there were two employees behind the counter. One chick was at the register, another chick was on the left side of her, kind of on the end at the, I guess, counter, because it's a long counter. And so as I entered the door, the employee that wasn't by the register, okay, the employee that was on the end of the long counter, she spoke to me. She said, "Hey, how you doing? Welcome." I said, "Hey, how y'all doing?" Right? Mind you, the chick by the register looked at me, glanced at me, and turned her head. And I'm like, okay, we got one of these. Clocked and noted, right? So I already knew what it was. I went on in the store and picked up the shit that I needed and went to the front counter. Now, mind you, the chick that did not speak to me, who purposefully did not want to address me as a customer, mind you, didn't really say a word. But by the time I got to the front of the counter after grabbing all my shit, she was, she had her body turned away from me to physically disregard me. Now, I'm a reader, okay? I read body language, all that, facial expressions, all that. Y'all know that, okay? A lot of us on YouTube are, a lot of us not even on fucking YouTube sometimes are even better at it, okay? But I noticed her body language just turned away from me to physically disregard me. I knew what it was, right? Again, she did not say anything to me. She didn't say, did you find everything okay? Nothing. Her customer service was fucking trash. She was a pretty lady, but her customer service was fucking trash because, for whatever reason, she just felt triggered by me for some fucking reason. So as I approached the counter, put my stuff up there, you know what she did? She took her hand and threw it in my face. Indirectly, but directly. And y'all know what I mean when I say that, for those of you who know what I mean. She threw her hand in my face, indirectly, but directly at the same time. This woman had a fat ass rock on her hand. Beautiful ring, might I add. It was pretty. It was badass. But instead of even addressing me, firstly, instead of addressing me as a instead of addressing me as a customer, instead of addressing me, just as a person, and you're working the fucking register, you know what I'm saying? I'm expecting some form of professionalism. She gave me none of that. But she did stick a rock in my face so that I could see it. And she kept a rock in my face. And she never spoke a word to me. She just rung me up, kept talking, and gave me my receipt in my bag. So, I'm going to show you how God worked. A few months, I want to say maybe even a month and a half later or a few weeks after that, I was in Walmart purchasing my stuff again. Now, normally I hate doing anything other than self-checkout. I like to deal with myself when I go into Walmart. I'm like motherfucking Speedy Gonzalez, okay? I like to rush out. But I go into this store to get what I needed, and unfortunately, for whatever reason, okay, I could not do self-checkout. I had to go see a cashier. Now, y'all know how some of the employees, or most of the employees be at Walmart, they don't really want to talk to you or deal with you, and damn near all of them got a fucking attitude about something. Okay, fine, whatever. That's why I love dealing with myself, but on this day I couldn't. And thankfully, the cashier that I was dealing with was cool, She, I believe it was female, they were, cool. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? I ain't trying to make your day harder. I don't want you making mine any fucking harder. I'm just trying to get this transaction done. You know what I mean? So she rings me up. And as I'm putting my shit on a belt and I'm putting my stuff in a basket, and you know how you can feel and sense somebody watching you? That's what I felt. I looked up, and over here on the side, up against the wall, I see this lady just staring at me in the weirdest fucking way. Almost as if like she knows me, but I have no fucking clue who she is. And I gave her this, what the fuck you looking at type of physical response and facial expression. And she quickly turned her head away and went on about her business. And so I'm like, it's fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? And I get that people stare. You know, that's why a lot of times I have tunnel vision. You know what I mean? So I'm not worried about what other people are doing a lot of times. But I picked up on that. And as I'm putting my stuff in the basket, getting my receipt, leaving from the register, I'm just like, what was she just standing up there looking at me like that for? And God brought it back to me. It dawned on me when I got to the car. That was the same woman that was trying to shade me, disrespect me, and be this cringy person, this cringy married woman with me that day when I entered that store, that other store, to get the shit that I needed. That was that same woman. That's why she was looking at me like that. And the way that she was looking at me, it was like, oh, do you recognize me? Because I recognize you. And in the moment, I didn't know who the fuck she was. I just thought she was just some strange ass fucking lady sitting against the wall, just staring at me. And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But that's how God sometimes does things with people who think that they're doing something when they're really not doing shit. And again, back to my first point of that broken little girl on the inside of a lot of grown women. I see it all the time. I see it all the time in women who are single. I see it all the time, and I'm single. You know what I'm saying? I see it all the time in women who are single. I see it all the time in women who are married. Sometimes I see it all the time, especially with chicks who have boyfriends. Okay, I just do not understand the extreme insecurity, the extreme triggeredness, the extreme I gotta compete. I don't understand, why would a woman even try to compete or even try to show off to a woman that's single or a woman that's just dating somebody? I just don't understand. Why do you feel the need, or why are you so triggered by a woman that literally you're not in the same category? You know what I'm saying? It's very strange. It's very troubling. And it also gears to that broken little girl on the inside of that grown woman, because it's like, something's wrong to where you have a whole fat ass rock on your finger, but you feel the need to make me feel some type of way because it's on your finger and it's something that you chose to do. It's very odd. You know what I'm saying? I can go on a fucking aisle at a grocery store. I could be at any store, given in any store. And if a chick, a lot of times I've noticed, a chick that's secure with herself and secure with her dude, they're not going to act like that. But a female that is triggered or insecure, she's going to literally position herself in front of you. She's going to walk down every aisle you walk down to try to make sure that you see her and her man, right? And it's just weird. And I understand that sometimes people just being people, but a lot of times these chicks really be doing way too much with what they got going on. And then the question comes as, okay, what do you really have going on as a woman? What's still broken in you to where you literally have what most women want, a husband or a committed boyfriend, and somehow you're still trying to overly project it to me to make sure that I see you with him, and I see that y'all are together, and I see that you have this. What the fuck do you want me to do? It's hard to be happy for a woman like that. Why can't you be married gracefully? Why can't you be in a relationship gracefully? Why can't you just take on that role in that position gracefully and just truly be happy and try to be impressive and try to really directly show that affection or that attention to the person that you're with, and not a fucking female that ain't got nothing to do with you or your situation? It speaks to the insecurity and the inferiority that a lot of these women still feel sometimes, even while being married and in relationships. And again, I'm pretty sure eventually, if that is not dealt with, that causes issues within herself even more, and even in her relationship or her marriage. So I just feel like healing is very important, and healing that inner child is very important. And I just feel like women who are insecure, if you're insecure in your relationship, something's wrong. If you're insecure or triggered in your marriage, something is wrong. And you need to fix that. Because it has nothing to do with me as a single woman. Absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure there are a few single women who can attest to certain experience that they've experienced with other women, and even married women who are dating, and even women who are married that do shit like this. Like, why do y'all do stuff like this? Is beyond me. Like, at whatever big grown age that you're at, you have to get to a point where you have to realize that shit ain't cute. That shit is not attractive. That shit is not graceful. That shit is not appealing. And I'm pretty sure it's definitely not appealing to your husband, because why would your husband want you jealous and envious and out here trying to compete with women who are single, out here trying to compete with women who are just dating? You're a whole married woman. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Why are you sitting out here trying to compete with women who are single, or indirectly trying to project the fact that this is your man? Thank you to your man. Why are you giving that type of energy when it's completely unnecessary? You're in a relationship. He chose to be with you. You chose to be with him. So why do you feel the need to make sure that everybody in the fucking world knows it? A lot of times these women be setting themselves up for women who are just as envious, competitive, and vindictive, and just as petty and selfish and cringy as they are. Y'all know these women out here on a hunt to fuck some shit up. I don't consider myself one of them people or one of those women, but it's a lot of women and it's a lot of men out here that move like that. And I just don't understand the extreme insecurity or triggeredness that y'all get around women that look like they're dating, look like they're single. And I just want to throw this in her face. I just want her to know that, yes, this is me and my man. I just want her to know that, yes, I am married. It's very cringy. It's very unusual. And I really, really pray for the inner healing of that woman's broken little girl and everyone across this world, because it's definitely needed. I can see it. It's so clear. And I ain't trying to say I'm perfect, because I get triggered sometimes, but I will never intentionally try to do some shit like that just to prove a point to somebody that I don't even fucking know. It's beyond me. Okay, that's just how I think. But that's clearly not how a lot of other women think. And I just think that it's a problem. And at the end of the day, while you're busy trying to project all of this I'm married energy, I'm married, I'm a wife type of energy, that's cool. But when you don't do it gracefully, when it's not done gracefully, when it's not done or accepted gracefully, when it's not done or accepted in a humble way, in a beautiful way, in a feminine way, when you don't take on these roles the way that you're supposed to, it still don't solve your problem. You still have issues. You still got stuff you got to deal with or to sort out. And now, you've done all this for absolutely nothing, because at the end of the day, it's your relationship to your husband. It's your relationship to your boyfriend or your man. You know what I mean? And that's who it's most important to, which is who you really need to be focused on. I don't know, y'all. I just want to put this out here. I just pray for that inner healing for every broken little girl that's inside of every grown woman, because I can see it so clearly, and a lot of us really, really fucking need it. And not even just the married perspective or the interrelationship perspective. It's women competing with each other as well. You know what I'm saying? It's just really, really weird. And a lot of times for me, from my personal perspective, I love to feel good in me. Okay, I love to feel good about me. And a lot of times when I'm doing shit, I have tunnel vision. So I'm not really focused. I'm very observant. My peripherals be on point. And I'm very observant. I don't have to look at you to know that you're in the room. I don't have to directly look at you to see you doing something or to see that you're there. I like my personal space respected, you know what I'm saying? And I just like to intentionally do the same for others without actually having to communicate with them. You know what I'm saying? And it's just certain stuff that I be picking up on and I be sensing when it comes to a lot of people. And a lot of us as grown adults, we have this issue of still being full grown, whole grown people and having this broken inner child in us that's just still needing attention, still needing validation, still needing acceptance, still needing some type of awareness, still needing some form of communication, be it directly or indirectly from other people. And it's a cry out for help and it's a cry out for healing. And I just hope that every adult that's currently dealing with this in a very unhealthy way, I really hope that, they get the appropriate help and they get the appropriate counsel soon to understand that that's not how you do it as an adult. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that we're able to do better by ourselves and with each other. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Peace.